Bought another Goldwing. It does smoky burnouts. It's a 1994 Who Dat special edition. We got 1500 cc's of Fury, 6 cylinders, made in the USA. I'm not gonna go as crazy as the last one. I'm thinking take that off, take off the tank cover thing, keep that part, and then take the rest off. So I'm gonna keep like this piece because it covers the gas tank, and then there was something else I was gonna keep somewhere. Valve covers maybe, but yeah. So gonna go for a more standard looking bike, stripped down, small front fender, full frame in the rear. Haven't decided on bags or not yet. I haven't decided if I'm going like flat track racer style or just a regular cruiser. Sold the other one, not super quick, but came out all right on that. So we're gonna see what we can do with a little bit newer, a little bit bigger. I've already got some ideas for exhaust. I've been riding it around. It goes, it does burnouts, but yeah, we just had the old farm special milk pipe into another piece of stainless, and then a real nice grind down to a tip, welded onto the stock muffler housing. That's all going. Like I said, I've been riding it around on some really high quality tires, so like I said, it was real fun to romp Goldwing around like you're a pissed off 16-year-old kid, but I guess I just can't do it. I was gonna try and just throw tires at it and run it, say who cares, but it's going under the knife. I horsed around and put bigger speakers in the stock locations. They make noise. That's probably gonna get me a copyright, but they work. Most of the lights worked. Big fancy windshield. All my buddies were making fun of me because they said they'd hear some loud 6-cylinder car bombing down the road, and then there's some guy with a half a head sticking above Goldwing windshield. So still a little big for a bike, but we'll make the bike smaller, which I guess would make me look bigger still. Anyway, got the garage cleaned up pretty decent. Gonna pull it in, start it's been sitting outside. I'll probably let it cool down and then warm up at the same time, because as you can see, it's winter out. The creek is frozen and snowmobiling sucks this year, so we're gonna start hammering on this. Boy, I haven't smelt a burnout in a long time. I'm getting old. Brings back some memories of the old V6 Chevette. Still happy Halloween. So things I have done so far is really nice seat. Looks like I had this at one point before, or maybe that's stock, I don't know. So that can go. Replace the fuel pump with a factory replacement on eBay. It's just a canister fuel pump, and then you had to cut, well, it didn't tell you what you had to do, but I cut the factory pump J, I guess. If you've been in there, you know what I'm talking about. Cut that off, zip tied it, fuel pump to that, put the sock on there. Fuel gauge appears to be working currently. I don't know, keeps getting caught in there. Had to put a battery. That's a full-size car battery there, in case you didn't notice. Yeah, so we got the battery in there, and yes, I'm wearing a different shirt. It's the next day, battery died. Anyway, I had to bleed the clutch system, which that's actually pretty sweet. If I can, here we go. Let's see if we can shine some light. Check that out. Bleeder valve's right there. It's got a hose that goes back to the hydraulic clutch, so all you gotta do is crack it right there. You don't have to crawl up in there and really get after it. And speaking of full-size things, check out that alternator. Gigantic. That seems to be working. And the best part about the whole thing of this, reverse. Yep. You need it though. I used to think, you can ride the bike, you can push it, you don't need a reverse. Let me tell you, this thing's heavy. You get on any sort of incline, decline, deceleration, you're gonna have to pull that lever, get her into reverse. But yeah, so I don't know. Start pulling stuff off of here. Got a couple guys after a couple parts already, so we'll start getting her stripped down. Probably same thing as last time. Throw it on time lapse up in the corner, and what takes me a couple hours will show up to be about 3 seconds worth of video material. Mode, got it all apart. I got half a motorcycle over there, a 10th here, a 5th there, and a 1/32 left over there in that corner. Biggest issue I see so far, I don't know if you caught it when I tried putting the front back on, but yeah. So, I don't know what the magic wire was. I'm gonna do some looking. Gonna order a Haynes wiring diagram, I guess. And then the other thing I'm gonna look at is the rollover, tip over valve, not valve, the thing that makes it not run, in case you dump it. It's what I'm guessing, but I mean, we got this big spaghetti mess. No clue what this thing is. Plug that back in, held that in all different directions, didn't do anything. These wires, I don't know, they went to something. This, I'm assuming, is some sort of emissions thing, but I plugged those in, that didn't change anything. I did find on this side. So just got done with the time lapse there. Probably saw me screwing around with it a little bit at the tail end, trying to get it started, and it would not start. So I tried putting the front fairing back on. I gutted all the wires out of the front fairing, took the dash out, hooked the lights back up. I was doing everything. I knew what it was, but I just couldn't find it or figure it out couldn't figure it out the right time, first time. Anyway, got to figure it out now. Bank angle sensor, which I had pretty strong feelings that that's what was screwing me up. But when I unplugged it to take this rear fender portion off, typical tornado style me, I did not look at what plug it was. So had it plugged into the wrong one, had the fuse apart, printed off a wiring diagram that I found online that's not correct. None of these tails, sorry, none of these fuses or relays are, they're either not numbered right or they're not labeled right. Same with this wiring diagram. None of the locations are the same as what I had going on, but I was able to find the right wire colors to figure out this whole starter circuit. But you'd think it'd look real nice like that. Well, let's see. This is starter relay. This is reverse lever. This side is starter relay. So you have to kind of play a little bit of who's on first when you're running through that portion of it. But I do have it stripped down now, and I took some time and I went around and I labeled what things were. So when I'm playing wire strippers later, I can get this thing reduced down. Gonna have to trace some more wires, figure out what these are. Got some more stuff to do, but now I'm gonna go see if I can wash all of these nice labels that I made off and see how much water I can get down into the intake. So yeah, we'll go get her soapy and start pressure washing here. Well, I don't know how much of that you could see. It was pretty foggy there, but might have worked out cool. But anyway, how many of you were sitting there going, that thing's never gonna run again? He's like pressure washing into electrical, like inside of it. I was, and I did, and it will run eventually. Get her pulled back in. Oh, let's see how wet the rags are. Hey, look at that, still dry. Just a little bit. Still dry at the bottom. Lovely. Probably just put more water in right there doing that than anything else. Yep, let her dry, get her in there. I'm trying to wrap my brain around how to work these two radiators in, how to work this ugly stamped steel tab wire clamping nasty external wires. I'm trying to get it in my head. I mean, with the bars turned up, it almost looks a little more bagger-esque, bobber-ish with the tail chopped off. But I'm thinking full rear fender, low slung bags. I'm going to get some Valkyrie headers. No idea if they're going to work or not. Nobody on the old Goldwing page says they do. They say the heads are the same, but they won't fit because they won't mount up. Well, are we talking like towards the back where I don't care if they mount to stock locations, or are we talking like they don't fit on the head for some reason? But I'm going to order some and I'll be the first to let you know. Also going to get a Valkyrie valve cover. I don't know if they're aluminum, but I just saw a Valkyrie and it looked way better, so I'm gonna get one of those. And like I said, thinking Harley bag low slung fender kit is on Amazon for like $500-600. And then the seat, I'm gonna go up to the old world famous Bargain Barn, see what he has for seats, and then off of that, the best I've come up with is somehow hide all this wire on the inside of the frame, and then I might make a fiberglass fake tank. just to put that together. Bars, I have not decided yet. We're gonna have to test those out, but we got fat bars down here, which is going to limit some options. I like drag bars on cruisers, but I don't know if that's going to work. I don't like the club style T-bar things, but for some reason in my head it feels like it might be working. 7-inch round, and then I don't know what kind of fairing. I might do the club style little thing, and then just kind of make some shields and fenders and smooth these out, and like this, kind of get rid of this indent, fill these holes in, you know, box that in a little bit more, make it more industrial. I mean, look at how much cool stuff we got going on underneath that rubber flapper. I get rid of this thing, which, haha, Honda Goldwing kind of taking notes off a Volkswagen there. It's a heater that sucks air off of the heat shield of the stock exhaust. So that's gonna go, obviously. And then make some sort of plenum for that air intake, which I thought it might be kind of cool, kind of steal some VMAX. Ask if I do a fiberglass fake tank, I could put filters in the side or little scoops in the side to funnel air in there. I mean, I'm starting to see it. It's just how far do I want to go? Yeah, so I don't know. We're gonna do, I'm probably gonna cut those bars because I don't think there's that many people that are after stock Goldwing bars. I might just cut them, turn them out, lay them, you know what I mean? Turn this straight and then angle that flat down just to get a look and feel for it, what it'd look like with like marginal ape hangers on it. But it might be coming together. There's not too many Goldwing 1500s that are chopped up and stuff on the old internet, so I don't really have much inspiration to go off of. And I miss that. Side note, best part about pressure washing stuff you're working on is the outside super clean. Like, oh yeah, it looks super clean, but then you go to grab stuff that you didn't get and it's just like some sort of primordial ooze that's all over your fingertips and is disgusting. So I'm gonna wash that up quick, pull it back in the garage, and then I guess I don't know what I'm gonna do for a couple days, but when I start doing some stuff, I'll turn the camera back on.